In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this modern dining table base out of just two 2x6 boards. Hi guys, it's been a crazy week for us two up here in Alaska, and we're really hunkering down like the rest of the world and staying home. Since that we have more time at home, it's a really good time to really refine your home and clean it and organize it and make it better. So one of the projects that I've had on my list that hasn't been pressing because it wasn't real urgent, but I've been wanting to do it for a while, is to make a new base for my dining table. Now I love the old farmhouse trestle style base that I had before on this table, but the big problem was it was very difficult to clean around. So I have a 1-year-old and she eats by herself, and there was always a mess around and I was always trying to sweep under it. So I thought, what if I just built a new base that was really easy to clean around, and also if it wasn't white, so I'm not constantly wiping it and cleaning it. This will disguise a little bit in between me cleaning it maybe once a week instead of every single day. So I came up with this modern design, which I absolutely love, and it just used two 2x6 boards, and I used the same tabletop. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build the base, and there is a link below for the original video where I built the top, so you can check that out as well. And of course, the plans are on my blog for you to download for free. So here we go with the build of this base. Part of what makes this table so beautiful is the simplicity of it and the clean square lines. So getting cuts that are straight is really important. I highly recommend using a compound miter saw and a stop block like I'm doing here to make sure your cuts are exactly the same. Now I screwed up a tiny bit here. I should have bought 9-foot stud length 2x6s. Instead I bought 8-footers. And I ran a tiny bit short, so a couple of the boards at the top are going to be 2x4 scraps. I'm going to put everything together with my Craig pocket hole jig using the 1.5-inch setting. And I like to use the pocket hole jig just because it produces a very high quality joint with not a lot of effort, and it's just such a versatile, great tool. I believe, honestly, that everybody should have a Craig jig. So what I did for this project was no pocket holes go in the legs, and then 2 holes on each end of every single other board. And that's all you need. So these are those 2x4 scraps that I ended up having to use in the plan. I will make sure the shopping list is right so you guys don't have to do this. All right, now it's time for assembly. So since this is really the only joint, there's no cross support, basically there's no plywood on the back, I'm gonna use glue just to make sure that this is a nice strong joint. And notice how I am placing the pocket holes on the outside. So I'm taking the longest pieces and attaching them to the legs with the pocket holes on the top and the bottom. Not only does this fully hide the pocket holes, but it's a stronger joint because you're getting more into the meat of the legs. All right, I plan on staining this project, so I'm being extra careful not to just throw the pieces on top of each other and smear that glue everywhere, because even though glue says it's stainable, in my experience, you want to minimally spread glue everywhere, just at your joint. If you do happen to get glue everywhere, just use a damp cloth and wipe it up immediately, or you can always sand it off later. Okay, so I also built 2 of the C sections, and these are going to tie in. I use the exact same methods of attaching to the legs with the pocket holes on the outside. Now, first thing first, I'm going to find the center where I'm going to attach. and I use a square. So on a project like this, where it's extremely simple and it's all about simple, clean lines, quality and precision are really important in the final look. So you're going to notice if things aren't exactly square or exactly in the middle. So take your time, do a good job. This step, it matters. And notice again, the pocket holes are on the outside for hiding them and strength. Okay, so this is where it got a little tricky because can't really set it up on its end anymore. So I moved it to the floor. Kind of was a decision between either moving the project to the floor or me standing on the table. And I decided to move it to the floor. And then just flip it over and repeat on the other side. Okay, so I don't know why I wasn't thinking about this, but that spot there would be a really good time to use a clamp. Again, this project is so simple. What's gonna make it beautiful is quality. So I started out with 120 grit sandpaper, and then I went to a 220 and really made it so it's butter smooth. For a stain, I'm using Carbon Gray by Varathane and just wiped it on, this time with a paper towel. I like to work from the inside out just so you aren't getting stain on your arms. Okay, so now it's time to attach it to the existing tabletop. So, because the existing tabletop was actually really great and doing really well, and I want to keep it. It's perfect. So just a couple of screws and take that base off. And then add my new base. Now this is what is so awesome about building your own furniture. You can literally wake up one day and be like, huh, I don't want a farmhouse style table, I want a modern style table. And you can go make that happen for like $30. And you can change the color of it. It's really amazing to have this kind of power over your home. For the bottom, I put some pads on just to keep it from scratching the floor. However, I'm going to recommend like rubber pads that don't skid, because with these felt pads, the dining table just kind of floats all over the dining room without a rug. So we very much appreciate you watching our project plan videos. A couple of questions I'm sure are going to get asked is how sturdy it is, and this is extremely sturdy. Question number 2, what about different sizes? So I will be putting out base plans for sizes starting at 48, and this is a 60. I don't know if I need to go up to a 72 if that's something somebody wants, but honestly I'm not a big fan of 72-inch round tables just because they get really, really difficult to clean. So I will put out those base plans and the modifications if you are looking for a different size. I love how this base turned out so much that I want to do a rectangular version. So if you're interested, leave a comment below and let me know if that's something I should do for you. The plans are linked in the description below, and also a link to more details on how we built this tabletop are in the description below. So go on and click over and get what you need and build your own modern dining table.